Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today I have an unboxing today, and then I've got some big reviews coming up in the very near future, and let's talk about that. So first up, let's talk about, okay, so I got a package in from Covert Instruments here, and I have a buddy that helped me out to create an image for the lock tags. We'll show that here in a second. Let me get this guy open. So someone helped me put together an image of my likeness for my lock tags. So these are the Covert Instruments lock tags, lockout tags. So they're just called tags, and you put them on locks that either you want to identify in your own personal collection, maybe locks that you have picked from the karate belt system there, or perhaps you want to label the lock and what makes it so specific and unique to that level of difficulty. Or ideally, if you go find locks out in the wild where people have vandalized bridges and public property, you can pick a lock and you could put this tag on there saying that you have been there. Otherwise, people's hearts will be broken that, gosh forbid, you remove trash from public spaces. So this guy created an image in a specific type of file format that I didn't know how to use, and to be able to laser etch onto the back of these. And I'll be doing that shortly. So in exchange, I was like, hey man, let me hook you up. So I purchased for him a Genesis pick set, and I purchased the Echelon pick set as a way of saying thank you, because this is what I think everybody should have. I really enjoy the Covert Instruments products. I have all the picks. I have all the lock picks. I just got some Moki in the other day. I love them all, but when somebody doesn't have a lot in their collection, I think this is the best way to get them started and get them going on the right foot there. So, and then I also have another buddy whose birthday is coming up, and he wanted an Echelon pick set. So I bought him one, and I actually have a black case that I'm going to be giving him with this as well. So this is going to a guy for his birthday party. And then I collect the Covert Instruments patches. I've got quite a few of them. Here's one, and here's one. I don't have all the patches yet. I just buy like 1 or 2 patches with every order. So even though I have a lot of stuff, guys, I'm still on a budget like all of you. And I try to just, I make purchases at the beginning and end of every month, and then that's about it. Then I'm broke for 3 weeks. Next up is I have Foley Bell Saw. Foley Bell Saw is a locksmith, distributor, dealer, provider of things, tools. They're very known for the Foley Bell Saw locksmithing courses, and they had some tools that I wanted to acquire that I remember from back in the day, before Sparrows, before Covert Instruments, before all of that. This stuff actually predates Peterson, and we're talking about Raitan here. I think Raitan's been around since 1980. I'll need to look into that. We're going to do a full review. This is like one of their flagship sets. And then I have Lab. This is a super old set dating back to the 80s, early 90s. And then I don't even remember the name of this type of brand. Oh, maybe it's Lab. Yeah, no, this is Lab. All right, I don't remember what this is. I got to look that up. Let's see here. So that's everything. Man, I can't wait to do a review of this stuff and do my Ilko. So Ilko has their own brand of tools, Ilko. And these were really hard to find. I think Foley Bell Saw is the only company that I could find these lab tools and the Ilko tools here in America. And I found a lot of shops that had the tools, but they were really just drop ships, or they were just websites that were mirrors for Foley Bell Saw. So this is the Ilko, and it has this Unipix patent pending. So this is a handle for the Ilko tools. So I've got a snake rake, I've got this half ball here, I've got a city rake, I've got a deep hook, I've got a short hook. Let's see here, and I've got a double-ended one right there. I don't remember why I got that. Man, this thing already came bent. And I've got a kinetic rake, or it's just a regular rake, but some people call these kinetic rake zip rakes. And then I've got some, I bought these because these are actually really hard to find. I mean, I really like the spiral, but one of these is supposed to be a saw, so that's a mistake. But yeah, spiral tooth. Oh, maybe there are just 2 different spiral tooths. Well, I got 2 different ones. You don't need 2, but I wanted these because these are the best broken key extractors you can buy on the market. And just hands down, like, that's not even like my opinion. No, these are the best. And like, you just stick it into the warding and rip it out. You just bend it at a 90-degree angle and rip it out. There are other versions where it's a really small, thin brass handle. Those are almost as good as these, but these larger ones, these are the tits. These are really good. Not a fan of the ones that are like harpoons and stuff. You can never get those in the warding. So I'm a big fan of these. So I've used a lot. I've probably used 5 or 6, maybe even 10 different spiral or key extractors, that is, when I was a locksmith. And these were the ones that everybody carried because we had every single brand in the shop and they all sucked. So that's what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend. And look at this guy. This guy came bent already. Maybe somebody used it. Testing it. Product testing, sir. Making sure that your products are good to go. And we bent them in the process. This guy's bent. I could not. Man, the fact that I could bend this with the tip of my finger. I don't know. Maybe it's not bent. Maybe this is actually the profile. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually is the profile. But then we have a short hook. So this goes with the lab. So this is a lab. Okay, that's what that is. So here's the deal. This lab 13-piece kit has tools 2 through 7, but it's missing tool number 1. So I had to purchase that separately. And that's just the way that they put it together. I had scissors here. What'd you guys do with my scissors? Here we go. One of you hit them. So this is lab. This is, yep. So these are the lab tools. And this is the missing link. So when you go to buy this set, for some reason, it doesn't, you'll read the product description and it's missing that one tool. Yep. And so so I can now add this tool to it. Hopefully I'll remember that little subtle note in the product review. I probably won't, but let's see how things stack up and see if they look. No, everything looks bent. These are without a doubt garbage. This one's bent right out of the box. Okay. It's not looking good for lab. These used to be really popular among locksmiths in the 80s. This used to be a very popular lockpick set, and they are known for their turning tools. Specifically, people are like, oh, you got to get the lab turning tools. They're the best. And I don't blame them for just suggesting them. These turning tools were like really high speed, low drag, new technology in the 1980s, early 90s. And so you essentially have bottom of keyway here, and then you would have a top of keyway guy right there. And of course you could use this for bottom of keyway, and you could use this for top of keyway if this was like recessed, like an American 1100 series lock. But people, and there's 3 different thicknesses. So people were saying that this is the way to go. And this is probably a precursor to what we see in a lot of the sets that are so popular today. Like Jimy Longs has a basic set now with this. Covert Instruments has their Genesis set with this. Multipick has these tools. They're similar to things that we see coming from Bare Bones and from Moki. It's just a double-ended wrench, but the fact that one is longer than the other side is very similar to what we have today. But this has a twist on both ends, and that's very unique. And it has another twist here, so that's pretty cool. It's a very unique pick set, and it's cool that it has a window here to be able to see what tools are in here. I like that. That's very unique. Looks like I got another tool in here. I don't know. You know what? This is actually missing a turning tool. This is supposed to have another turning tool, and that turning tool was supposed to go in. No. But yeah, this was supposed to have another turning tool. It's supposed to be a 2-pronged turning tool for keeping open dust flaps. So I'll have to message them and be like, hey, this set was incomplete, and see what they have to say. I think you're supposed to take like, all right, so let's say this is your favorite rake and this is your favorite pick. I can reverse these things. Maybe? No. No, that's not how it works. I guess I think is this just storage, or is this just for, okay. So if this is, let's say you want to use the rake, that's what this is for. So now you have a handle. I'm guessing that's what that's for. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to do my stuff. That's not terrible. I mean, if this was 1980, this would be an amazing set, I bet. I don't know. I don't have a lot of tools from the 1980s and 1990s to compare. So we will have to just play around with this thing and give an honest opinion. I'm going to do my best not to compare it to tools of today. And I want this to be a historic trip down memory lane. So that's cool. I'm glad that I have this. I think it's neat. Someone suggested it to me. He's like, man, he goes, I was a locksmith in the you know, for 35 years, you know, and I retired in 2012 or something like that. So he'd been a locksmith since 1980. And he was like, you got to get this lab set. This is good. And these guys, these Ilco, slide in here, apparently. Yeah. I'm scared I'm not going to be able to get that. It's going to go over this hump, and then it's going to get stuck. And then I'm going to have to use a tool to push to pull it back out. It's not worth it right now. But you get the picture. You get the idea. That's it. Oh, man, I also got a couple lockpicking books in. No need to show them here, I guess. They're not that exciting. I will do an individual review of them moving forward into the future. That's all I have today, folks. I don't have any questions for you to put down in the comments other than, am I an addict? Do I need help? Do I need to seek professional help? And if you know any super hot supermodel therapists, then by all means, give them my contact information. I would love to talk to them about my addiction to locks. That's all I have today, folks. I'm not rich. I'm irresponsible. And I'll catch you guys next time. Guys, I completely forgot. I guess if you stuck to the end of that video, you get rewarded with this. I completely forgot to show this. The right hand 13-piece lockpick set with mini red miniature tip pick blades. I totally forgot that I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I was even looking at my desk like, what did I buy? I was like, where's the cool stuff at? Why do I spend money on garbage all the time? I'm the only person I know that buys stuff just to hate. No, I'm a collector. Okay, here we go. I can't get into it. Good Lord, sir. Okay. That was embarrassing. Huh. I have no idea what I even purchased. More right hand. That's strange. Okay, this is all the right hand. Okay, it's the 13-piece set. So scissors are getting old. That's the right hand. Man, I really wanted these for a long time, but it was like $56. I'm like, do I really want to spend $56 on tools that are probably trash? These are really nice. These are not bad at all. That's crazy thin. Look at this little thing here. What is going on? That thing is tiny. These are crazy. I thought these were rubber too. I was hoping these were rubber. I thought the old ones were rubber or different from just being plastic. That's strange. Huh. I wonder what steel these are. Oh, they're a 301 high. No, they're not high yield. They're a full hard. You can tell. You can tell because they look like sparrows and they look like Southern Specialties. And then it also came with this. So I guess in case you know. Okay, these are extractors. This is a decent set. I would have carried this as a locksmith if I had it. It wouldn't have been good as my Peterson set or my HPC set, but it's still pretty decent. So this has the spanner wrench, some bottom keyway turning tools, and a broken key extractor. Very cool. All right, now it's the end of the video. Now it's the end. All right, I'll catch you guys later.
Mr.